What's going on in the real estate market in Dane County, Wisconsin? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Monday Market Update with the Action Team. I'm Mark Kalscheuer, and we are talking about July 3rd to July 9th, 2023. We're going to jump right in and talk about active listings because active listings drive the real estate market, right? And if you recall from 2 weeks ago, we've kind of fallen off the cliff. And I'm here to tell you that we are no longer falling off the cliff, but we did hit the ground rather hard and maybe bounced up a little bit. What am I talking about? In the last 7 days, we've added 109 listings to the MLS, the multiple listing service. While that's 3 more listings than the previous 7 days, the 7 days before that, we had dipped by 48 listings. So that was the cliff. We fell off the cliff, hit the ground 2 weeks ago, and now in the last week, we bounced up a little bit. 3 more listings, but it's 109. And that is a 2.8% increase from the previous 7 days. Something rather unsurprising happened in the last 7 days. Of those 109 listings, only 6 went under contract in that first 7-day period. And I'll bet $1 it had something to do with the 4th of July holiday falling on a Tuesday and basically causing a lot of vacation-related chaos to happen in the market. We say real estate doesn't ever stop, but it kind of does sometimes. And 4th of July would be one of those exceptions, typically. So that's 9 less accepted offers on the new listings from this past 7 days to the previous 7 days. So what about the overall accepted offers? The overall accepted offers in the entire county from the new and the previous listings on the MLS was 442. And that was also down in the last 7 days. That was 18 fewer than the previous 7 days. Again, I'd bet $1, even $2 or $3, that has something to do with 4th of July weekend. So this may be sort of an anomaly week, but I'm just reporting the numbers. All right, let's carry on with this theme. How many houses sold in the last 7 days? There were 69 houses that sold in the last 7 days. That is 114 fewer sales in the last 7 days than the previous 7 days. That's a little more significant. That was a 62% drop off in the last 7 days. Again, I wouldn't read too much into that. Think about closings and loans and banks, so there's actually less days in the last week than there is typically. So less sales, less people out looking at houses, buying houses. It all sort of makes sense. All right, so what does this all mean for inventory? What is the current active inventory? How many houses and condos are available to buy in Dane County at this moment? That number is 540. There are 540 current active listings available to buy in Dane County. And that is an increase of 42 from the previous 7 days for an 8.4% increase. Again, less houses sold, a few more came on the market, so of course that number is going to go up. Probably didn't go up as much as most of us would like it to, but any addition to this tight inventory is a welcome addition to this inventory. Now I want to talk about delayed listings. We always talk about delayed listings, and I always explain what that is. Here in Wisconsin, we can put a listing into the multiple listing service, the MLS, up to 45 days before it goes active, and realtors have access to the information, and we can advertise the listings, but we can't show the listings. Nobody can go and look at the house, but we can still do advertising so you know it's coming. So a lot of times if you're not working with a realtor, you don't know it's coming unless you happen to see an ad for it. So that's why it behooves you to work with a realtor when you're trying to find a house, when you're buying a house, because we have all the information, not just some of the information. And we want you to use us for our information. But anyway, there's 32 new delayed listings. And if you add that to the other delayed listings that have not gone active yet, it brings the total delayed listings to 107. If you compare that to the previous 7 days, we're actually down 7 delayed listings. So that's a good thing for everybody. More delayed listings came off the list and are now active or under contract. All right, let's talk about money. The average price of homes sold in the last 7 days. The average sale price of single-family homes and condos in Dane County in the last 7 days was $487,418. And that is almost exactly what it was the previous 7 days. The average list price was $477,215, which is up about $3,000 from the previous 7 days. So that means the average sale price to list price has gone down a little bit. It's gone down from 2.6% to 2.1% over list price. So that means buyers are still paying over list price, but it has come down a little bit. Again, this was sort of an odd week, so I wouldn't put too much faith into these numbers for this week. We'll see how it plays out in the next 7 days. That's okay because we're looking for patterns. All right, let's talk about days on market. Average days on market for solds has actually gone down from 17 to 15 with a median that's exactly the same as it was at 6 days. And days on market for the currently active properties has finally stopped climbing. It's an average of 61 days and a median of 31 days, and those numbers have both gone down just barely, but at least they're not rising. They've been rising since I've been tracking this. And obviously that means that those properties that missed the market, didn't get snatched up in that 12-day average, are starting to sell a little bit now. They're probably doing price reductions and doing other things, maybe more marketing, and they're getting sold. And speaking of price reductions, I did want to add one more thing. There were actually 30 price reductions in the last 7 days in Dane County. And if you're a buyer, you might be thinking, yes, this is my time to shine. Prices are going down. Just FYI, 15 of those 30 price reductions, exactly half, were over $500,000. And only 2 out of those 15, after they did their price drop, even dropped below $500,000. So 13 of the 30 are still over $500,000. Then there's one at $499,000 and there's one at $499,900. I just wanted you to know that a lot of these price drops are happening at a pretty high price range. But if you have any questions about that, or actually any of the numbers, or anything in general about real estate, please reach out. I try to keep these videos kind of short and sweet. And also, if you need numbers for outside of Dane County, just let me know. We definitely do business in the surrounding areas outside of Dane County, and we can get the numbers for just about anywhere. So my contact information will be in the comments below. Just reach out if you have any questions about these statistics, or if you want different statistics. And just remember, the market's the market. There's not a good market and a bad market. There's a seller's market and a buyer's market. If something is favoring the seller, it's not going to be favoring the buyer. If it's favoring the buyer, it's not going to be favoring the seller. If you're selling and buying, it usually doesn't matter. If you're a first-time buyer, yeah, it matters a little more, but there's programs to help you out and get you into a house. Even with bad interest rates, you can always rework that in the future. And the alternative, if you don't buy a house, is you're paying for someone else's house and you're paying 100% interest. So I just want to remind you, if that's you, if you're renting, the interest rate is nowhere near 100% to buy a house, but it's always 100% to rent a house. All the money's gone when you rent, and only a lot of it's gone when you buy. So it's not funny, but sort of is. You're building equity, you're building wealth, and you're putting yourself in control of where you live. And that's a big deal. But wherever you are on this real estate journey, thanks for watching this video. Again, I'm Mark Kalscheuer with the Action Team of Keller Williams Realty. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.